Hi everyone, it's me, Miss Liz, Children's Librarian at the Rahway Public Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of the activities in your Cornstarch Creation STEM kit. These kits were provided to us by the 4-H of Union County, so thank you so much. Let's see what we got in our kit. All right, first of all, this is really important. We have our instructions, and this has multiple activities. So keep this handy. Then a thing of cornstarch. What else? We've got food coloring. And last, some measuring spoons. Okay? For our project today, we're actually not going to need these, but it was nice that they included it. So you can put these aside. So today what we're going to do is there's multiple different projects you can do with your cornstarch, but what we are going to do is we're going to make mysterious mud. So for this project, we are going to get messy, which is why I'm wearing my apron, and I also have an area to work with that can get messy and easy to clean up. So I would encourage everyone at home to work, maybe put something down on their table or put some clothes that can get a little messy, okay? Also, we're going to be using our hands. So if you don't want to have the feeling of slimy hands, you can also use gloves, okay? But plastic ones, not winter gloves. It's important. All right, so let's see what else we need from home. Okay, so we've got our cornstarch, right? And we have food coloring. So from home, what we're gonna need is a mixing bowl. We'll need some measuring cups. So cups are bigger than spoons. Okay, so we'll need a 1/2 of a cup and a 1/4 of a cup. You'll also need a mixing spoon. You'll need a cup of water. And then also another cup or glass for mixing the water with the food coloring. This is so that our hands don't get all food coloring-y. Last thing we need is something with a flat edge, like a butter knife or plastic knife, and that is going to be for smoothing out our cornstarch in the cup. Okay, so let's get started, and I'm just going to go through the list. I'm going to go through the instructions here on our sheet. Okay, so you can read it along with me. And what I'm going to do is bring the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay? All right, so like I said, I have this area that can kind of get a little messy. It'll make for easy cleanup. I just have to clean this. All right? So first thing, we're going to measure a 1/2 of a cup of cornstarch and put it in our mixing bowl. Okay, and the cornstarch should be a level 1/2 of a cup. Well, what does that mean? There's a picture, if you see it, in your instructions, but I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so a 1/2 of a cup of cornstarch. Now, if you've never used cornstarch before, it can get everywhere. So let's just see, it got everywhere. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, so let's pour out some cornstarch into our cup. All right, and we're gonna put this away. And I am just real quick gonna grab myself, just wipe myself off. Okay, we're in business. All right, so now, is this level? Is this a level 1/2 cup? No, it's not. So level means that it should be straight across. The cornstarch should be straight across. So what we're going to do is take our flat edge and go across. You might have to go multiple times. Okay, so that is level. See, there's no cornstarch over the cup. All right, and then what we're gonna do is dump that into our bowl. Just make sure you get it all out. Okay? All right, so next up is going to be the water. I've got cornstarch all over me. All right, next up is going to be the water. Okay, so we're going to take our cup of water and our empty cup. All right, and what we're going to do is pour a 1/4 cup of water. Now, this is easy because the water in the cup has to be level. Because if you put too much in, it'll just fall out. It can't contain it anymore. So once you have a 1/4 cup of water, okay, you're going to pour it into the new cup. All right, and then what we're going to do is grab that food coloring, okay, and put a few drops in the water. You know, open the food coloring. Okay, so put a few drops. I think I'm going to put about 4 drops in here. All right, 4 drops of food coloring. Okay. Whew, what am I doing? All right. Close up that food coloring and put it away. And then you can just mix to make sure your food coloring dissolves. All right, so then you're going to take your 1/4 cup of water, colored water, and put it in your cornstarch. I don't know if you can see that, so I'll bring it up a little bit. Okay, can you see that? All right, so now we're going to mix it together. And the thing is, it's not going to be easy to mix. Okay? We're going to learn why that is. But it's not going to be easy to mix with a spoon. You're going to really have to get in there to mix it all around. And remember, this is called mysterious mud, and this is looking very mysterious, right? So when you're looking at it, you don't touch it yet, but just look. What does it look like? Does it look like, what does it look like? It looks a little bit liquidy, right? Because it's moving like that. Oops. But then it also looks a little solid, right? Because this feels hard. Okay, so once you kind of think you got enough with the spoon here, then you can go in with your hands. And I want you to close your eyes, okay? And think about what you feel. What does it feel like with your eyes closed? When you grab it, does it feel solid? And then let it go from your hands, and how does it feel? Like a liquid, right? And then when you put it back in, so I'm going to grab some, and then when you put it back in the bowl, it looks like a liquid again. So squeeze the liquid, roll it between your fingers. Try all of these things. Take it out. Remember, I said we're going to get messy. So take it out and watch as it just rolls right off your fingers back into the bowl. And this is a very weird feeling. And you either love it or you hate it, I think. I love it. I think it's cool. But I want you to describe it. Try and describe the feelings at home of what it feels like. And it's a really weird feeling because when you put your hands in, when you look at it, it looks like a liquid. But then when you put your hands in, it feels like a solid. Okay? And so what happened? What's the science behind this? So when we put the cornstarch and the water together, they did not form a solution. So the solid particles that are in the cornstarch were held up by the water molecules, okay? But they weren't dissolved in the water. And so this is what is called a suspension, okay? So when you squeeze it, it feels solid, right? Feels like you got it together, right? But when you stop squeezing, what happens? It becomes a liquid. And it comes apart. So now is the fun part, and you can play with it all you want. You have plenty of cornstarch, you can make more, or you can go on and do one of the other projects on the list. You might need more supplies though. But if you're anything like me, you can sit here playing with this for a very long time. And you can go up to a grown-up and have them look and say, do you think this is a liquid or a solid? And then have them stick their hands in it. Or make them close their eyes before they stick their hands in it. And see what happens. Because now you know that it's not a liquid or a solid. Okay? All right, so thank you so much for joining me today. Get my computer back up here with my crazy hands. Thank you so much for joining us today with our STEM creation. And I hope to see you soon. We'll have many more STEM kits to pick up at the library. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everybody.